10 underrated foods healthier than you think, especially for seniors. I guarantee you'll be shocked by some of the foods that made this list. Because we're not talking about exotic superfoods that cost $30 a bag, or ingredients you need a dictionary to pronounce. We're talking about ordinary foods you've probably walked past hundreds of times, and some of them may have been sitting in your kitchen all along. Here's the surprising part. A few foods on this list have actually been criticized, misunderstood, or completely overlooked for years. Yet when you look at what they can offer your body, especially after 60, they suddenly look a whole lot more interesting. And there's a little twist. Some of these foods can provide protein, fiber, healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients that become increasingly important as we age. So today we're counting down 10 underrated foods healthier than you think, especially for seniors. And don't skip number 1. You may already have it in your kitchen, but you probably never thought of it as a serious health food. Let's see if your favorite made the list. Number 10, potatoes, the misunderstood staple. Let's start with a food that has been unfairly blamed for everything from weight gain to bad diets. A plain baked or boiled potato provides potassium, vitamin C, and fiber, especially when you eat the skin. The problem usually isn't the potato. It's when we turn it into a butter and cheese mountain and then wonder why the mountain came with calories. For seniors, a properly prepared potato can be an inexpensive and nutritious part of a balanced meal. Number 9, canned sardines, tiny fish, big nutrition. Sardines may not win any beauty contests, but nutritionally, they're absolute overachievers. They're packed with protein and omega-3 fats, and canned sardines with edible bones can provide calcium and vitamin D. They're also generally low on the food chain, which can mean lower mercury levels than some larger predatory fish. So don't judge sardines by their size. They're tiny fish with a surprisingly impressive resume. Number 8, frozen vegetables, the freezer heroes. Some people think frozen vegetables are somehow the unhealthy cousins of fresh vegetables. Not necessarily. Frozen vegetables can be a convenient and nutritious way to get vegetables into your diet, and they're often frozen soon after harvesting. For seniors, they're especially practical because there's less worrying about fresh produce spoiling before you get around to eating it. And let's be honest, a bag of frozen broccoli doesn't complain when you forget about it for 3 days. Number 7, cabbage, the cheap superfood. Cabbage is one of those foods that rarely gets invited to the nutrition conversation, but it should. It's a cruciferous vegetable that provides fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, and beneficial plant compounds while being inexpensive and versatile. You can steam it, sauté it, add it to soups, or make a crunchy slaw. Sometimes the food with the smallest grocery bill has the biggest nutritional attitude. Number 6, pumpkin seeds, small but mighty. Pumpkin seeds may look like something you throw away after Halloween, but those little seeds are nutritional powerhouses. They're a source of protein, magnesium, zinc, healthy fats, and other nutrients. Magnesium is particularly important for normal muscle and nerve function. So next time you see pumpkin seeds, don't treat them like Halloween leftovers. Those little seeds have been waiting all year for their comeback. Number 5, oatmeal, more than just breakfast. Oatmeal may look boring, but don't let its humble appearance fool you. Oats provide soluble fiber, particularly beta-glucan, which can help support healthy cholesterol levels and digestion. They're also filling, inexpensive, and easy to prepare, qualities that become even more valuable as we get older. Just don't turn your healthy oatmeal into a dessert bowl with half a cup of sugar. At that point, your oatmeal has changed careers. Number 4, prunes, the fruit with a bad reputation. Now we're getting controversial. Prunes have an unfortunate reputation because many people associate them with digestive problems in grandma's medicine cabinet. But prunes are actually nutrient-rich dried plums containing fiber, potassium, and beneficial plant compounds. They can also be particularly useful for older adults because regular bowel movements and bone health become increasingly important with age. So yes, prunes are not glamorous, but your digestive system doesn't care about glamour. Number 3, beans, the affordable protein powerhouse. Beans are one of the most underrated foods in the grocery store. They're packed with plant protein, fiber, folate, potassium, iron, and other nutrients. That combination can help support heart health, digestive health, and healthy blood sugar levels. And there's another advantage. Beans don't need a celebrity endorsement to be good for you. They're inexpensive, filling, and have been feeding healthy populations for generations. Number 2, eggs, the little nutritional package. Eggs are another food that has spent years going in and out of the nutrition spotlight. But eggs provide high-quality, complete protein and important nutrients, including choline, vitamin B12, and selenium. For seniors, adequate protein is especially important for maintaining muscle as we age. And at roughly 6 grams of protein in a large egg, you don't need a chicken coop in your backyard to make them useful. Number 1, peanut butter, the surprising winner. Yes, peanut butter. But before you grab the biggest jar you can find, hear me out. Natural peanut butter provides protein, healthy unsaturated fats, fiber, vitamin E, magnesium, and other nutrients. For older adults, it can be an easy way to add energy and protein to meals or snacks. especially when paired with whole grain bread, fruit, or oatmeal. But check the label and choose versions with little or no added sugar and excessive sodium, because there's a big difference between peanuts blended into peanut butter and peanut butter that seems to have been designed by a candy company. The big takeaway. So what do these 10 foods have in common? They're simple, they're affordable, and most importantly, they don't need a fancy marketing campaign to be nutritious. As we get older, nutrition doesn't have to become complicated. You don't need to chase every new superfood. Sometimes the foods that have been sitting quietly in your pantry for years are the ones worth bringing back to the table. Potatoes, sardines, frozen vegetables, cabbage, pumpkin seeds, oatmeal, prunes, beans, eggs, and peanut butter. 10 humble foods. Plenty of nutrition. And perhaps the biggest lesson of all, don't judge a food by its reputation, because sometimes the food everyone ignores is the food your body has been waiting for.